Herzlich willkommen, liebes Publikum. Mein Name ist Katrin Zagrosek und ich bin die Intendantin des Klavierfestival Ruhr. Ich freue mich sehr darüber, heute hier zu sein in Bochum im Anneliese Brost Musikforum und den Pianisten Bruce Liu zu treffen. Bruce ist 26 Jahre alt und hat 2021 einen der bedeutendsten Klavierwettbewerbe gewonnen, den Chopin-Wettbewerb in Warschau. Er ist in Paris zur Welt gekommen, seine Eltern sind chinesischer Herkunft und im Alter von 7 Jahren ist er nach Kanada gezogen. Dort hat er auch erst das Klavierspiel gelernt. Bei uns wird er am 29. April 2024 ein aufregend vielseitiges Programm spielen. Das geht von Joseph Haydn über Frédéric Chopin, Nikolai Kapustin bis hin zu Ludwig van Beethoven und schließt mit Sergei Prokofjews 7. Sonate. Und darüber will ich heute mit ihm sprechen. Hey Bruce, so good to see you.
Hello.
Hi. We are here in Bochum at the Musikforum, where you will also be playing on April 29.
Yeah, I just realized yesterday, because last year I played in Düsseldorf.
Yeah.
And but this is the first time I play in this hall now for this concert.
Have you been to Bochum before?
No, it's also first time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always the challenge for pianists, you know. People think that it's a very romantic job because we travel around, but at the end it's only like a triangle, you know. We go to airport and hotel and concert venue and next day you need already to the next city.
So you won the Warschau piano competition in 2021. Can you tell us how this changed your life?
I'm still thinking, you know, because it was such a chaotic procedure actually, because basically, you know, if you imagine that one night kind of changed your the few years coming, you know, it's a lot of things to deal. And at the time, I didn't have management yet, so I really deal everything myself. And all these very crazy moments. I'm still, you know, sometimes thinking what actually happened in that year, in that month.
It's not even that long ago.
Yeah, and I think it really takes a lot of years to digest, you know, for something that big and happening in such short amount of time.
Yeah. And very much is happening since then. Your career is really going very rapidly.
No more break.
And
until 26.
Yeah. Your program is really, I'm so much looking forward to this evening. It starts with Haydn, goes on with the sonata by Frédéric Chopin, and the first half will end with Nikolai Kapustin's music, and then the program will go on with Beethoven, his 31st sonata, I think.
Hunting,
Hunting, right?
Yeah.
And with Prokofjew.
Yeah.
It's a very deep and thoughtful program.
Yeah, actually, I just realized that I put a lot of sonatas in this program. Yeah. The Haydn is a sonata, Beethoven is a sonata. I realized that the program I put in the past year was a lot of variations, and suddenly we're getting back to the very serious things.
It's definitely a very serious program. Yeah. Also on the program you will play here for us, there's Chopin included. Can you give us some insight as to what's your relation with his music today?
I think it's what is interesting about Chopin is that it's very on the improvisation side.
Yes.
So it's always changing, you know. The way you look at it at 10 years ago and in 10 years will be very different, I'm sure. You can see that the difference from his early and late work is very different. And also because the famous part is that when his student is coming to the lesson and he told him, you know, in a certain way to play at the lesson, and the next day when the student came back, he played this the way he taught him, and he was totally angry. He said, "Who taught you this?" So you can see that it means constantly changing his mind.
It's a sonata in B minor you will be playing.
That's right, yeah. It's also a piece I played in the competition. So, you know, and it's a very deep work, you know. It's a lot of drama, a lot of, it requires a lot of comprehension and a lot of, basically for life, you know, in general. So it's nice to kind of witness with time what he can do.
Sergei Prokofjew's 7th sonata, written during World War II, is also on this program. Of course, it's from a whole different world. It's a very motoric, machine-like, and somewhat brutal music. Why did you put this specific music on that specific program?
I guess it's just about time to change some kind of feeling, you know. It's not necessarily I'm thinking about death, you know, because these two pieces are kind of about death, but it's about just about, I think, having the big form, you know. It's two sonatas, but having the ability to put this big form in a structure is a big challenge. And at the same time, it's very different, you know. Chopin is expressing this dramatic thing in a very still poetic and melodic, you know, and the language of Prokofiev is totally different, of course. It's very stable and unstable at the same time, you know. It's, for example, the last movement is like in fifths, right? It's like very stable, but at the same time you get a feeling that is very unsecure, you know. So, yeah, I mean, it's nice to have totally two different languages.
What is your experience with audiences in Germany? Is there something specific you can point out?
In Germany, yeah, I think they're always very attentive, but in a good way. That at least there's always a kind of, let's say, warmth and you know, you feel this contact. It's not like it's quiet, but it's like a two different world, you know, like very structured. But you can feel something human inside very much, and they always want anchors, you know, and they always try to kind of maximize you the most. You know, they came here, they want to play the most as you can, and I think it's a very nice feeling. Yeah,
they really cherish the artist, no?
Yeah,
that's true. I have a few shorter questions you may just answer very randomly. One of the things I would like to know, which pianist would you like to invite to play with four hands?
Four hands? Probably Rachmaninoff, because he has such big hands. We all just hear it, but we don't know. And then probably he can help some parts that I do, so I don't have to play the whole thing. He can have such big hands, so he can...
Yes, big hands, yes.
Yeah. Or Liszt, because you will be surrounded by girls, so it's always...
Of course. How do you load your accus?
Like balance, yeah? I swim a lot, and also I like something very random, but I like to go-kart a lot as well. Yeah.
What's your fingers?
This is my probably biggest passion, if not piano.
Is there a music piece, a first music piece that introduced you to classical music?
It was probably Rachmaninoff's second piano concerto by Richter in a recording.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so, because I was so fascinated by the opening. It was one of the rare concertos you start with the piano, and it's like a boom, 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 you know, repeat like 10 times. And
yeah, it's beautiful, the opening of this concerto.
Yeah.
You want to make us listen to it?
Yeah, I mean, I just played it last week. It's, you need big hands. If you're Rachmaninoff, you're okay. Yeah, it's a series of harmonies and yeah.
And so on.
Yeah.
Bruce, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being with me tonight. And so much looking forward to welcoming you at the Klavier Festival Ruhr on April 29th.
Look forward to be back.
Yeah, it would be great.
See you very soon.